Unlock the door, bitch. I'm on my way, and I got chicken strips.
I don't know why they call them chasers. It's not like Chubs can run real fast.
Double vodka with hot brownie chasers.
She just wanted to watch me eat it. Naked.
I can't say that. That's dirty.
Chasers will do anything to get into your pants. I love them.
Stop it! Stop!
Oh,
God. Chubs gone wild.
Well, good morning and welcome, or afternoon, as Tom so rightly pointed out just a short time ago. It is Chubs Gone Wild, episode 559, recorded on Monday, September 9th, 2024, where it is 99 degrees outside the Chubs Gone Wild remote studios. And setting is all, well, actually, it's a little overcast, but I don't know if that's smoke from the wildfires or what, but oh well. Anyway, it is 35 degrees. Nope, that's not right. It's 35 days until Canadian Thanksgiving, where they have poutine on their turkey and all that fun stuff. It's 50.
What?
I don't
What?
know.
Do you
I'm
know what
trying to think
poutine
of
is?
something Canada. Well, yeah, it's gravy that you put on fries or something.
No, it's gravy on top of French fries with cheese curds. It's a whole thing. It's not
I hear how wonderful it is, but right now, just the idea of cheese curds are.
But you don't like cheese? I thought you liked cheese.
No, I love cheese. I'm just saying at this moment.
Oh, okay, all right.
It does not sound good, but I'm sure,
well, if the gravy's hot enough,
I'll be like, yes.
If the gravy's hot enough, it melts the cheese curds. So it's
that would be fine.
It's just a cheesy French fry with a hot brown gravy on top of it to melt the cheese, but also soggy the fries. But it's what happens.
And with maple syrup.
No.
Oh, okay. It is 52 days until Halloween and 107 days until Christmas. And while you're planning on what to give us for Christmas, go over to patreon.com, where Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like My Life in Fragments podcast, books, videos, and so much more. And we want to thank our current patrons, Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ Stasage from the Univaz, Eric, Sean, Charles, Phoenix Dave, Brother Sinatus, Kingsley, Kathy Bacon, and Moose B. Please visit patreon.com/Matt Burlingame to find out how you can support our creative endeavors for as little as $1 a month. All right. Well, today's affirmation better damn well be good. All my needs are being taken care of, for which I am grateful. I accept my good and joy and pleasure. I accept my good with joy and pleasure. Well, okay.
When's the good kicking in?
I don't know. Right now, I could use some pleasure too. I'm just saying. All right. Today in history, on September 9th, 2022, astronaut Buzz Aldrin, the second human to set foot on the moon, is walking outside of a Beverly Hills hotel when a conspiracy theorist starts harassing him and accusing him of lying about the Apollo 11 moon landing. Well, incensed, Aldrin punches the heckler in the face. You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't, the guy was saying. Aldrin, as he was walking by, filming by his filming crew outside the Lux Hotel, calling the kettle black. Will you get away from me? And the man didn't and said, you're a coward and a liar. And then Aldrin, then 72 years old, by the way, punched him in his friggin' jaw, smacked the shit out of him, and there you go. Another reason why Buzz Aldrin was a hero.
Well, you know, they that was all on a studio.
Yeah, well, yeah, but there you go. Uh, I get so tired of conspiracy theorists. But you know what's not a conspiracy? Holidays. And we want to see if we celebrated any holidays today, starting with it's Care Bears Share Your Care Day. Did you ever have a Care Bear?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. Yes, no. It's also Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorders Awareness Day.
That's me.
Yes, I know. Well, kind of. Yeah, but you're not a fetal anymore.
Well, yeah,
But I am aware of this, so I think we celebrated.
okay.
Okay. I'm on top of it day. You never celebrated that, did you? Yeah.
No, I've been on top of it before.
Yep. Anyway, also International Buy a Priest a Beer Day.
Oh, if
Girl,
only I knew one.
I, I know. Actually, I think priests are kind of hot. Anyway, International Sudoku Day. Never figured that shit out. Nope. National I Love Food Day. I celebrated that last night. Yes, I did. Bought a bunch of random crap and just had my way with it.
I made bacon, eggs, and hash browns for breakfast.
Really, that sounds wonderful, except the hash browns, unless they're really crispy, which I think that's how you do them.
Yeah, that's how I do them. And they were homemade. They weren't, you know, the
No.
box ones, you know, those things. I
Yeah.
can you believe how much they're charging for those hash browns now?
No,
It's ridiculous.
it is. It really is.
I mean, they're like 5 cents worth of anything, you know,
Mhm.
per, and they're charging over $1. No, no.
Over $1. Goodness. Yeah. The bags, the bags where they're basically slop and you make them at home yourself
Yeah.
are super expensive now. I'm like, it's shredded potatoes, people. Come on. It's one step away from vodka. Anyway, just kidding. Let's see. It's National Boss/Employee Exchange Day.
Don't have a boss.
That's lame. Okay, it's also National Steak. Really? Throw some French shit in there. Poivre de steak et le poivre. So I don't know what that is. It's also National Teddy Bear Day. You've got one on your arm, so you celebrated.
Yay.
It's National Wiener Schnitzel Day. Have you schnitzeled any wieners today?
Um, no.
Oh, maybe tonight. Also, it's National Testers Day.
No, I'm making lamb with a brown gravy and tater tots. So
Oh,
no Wiener Schnitzel.
well, that would get me to schnitzel a wiener. Somebody made me something like that. Let's see. It's also National Wonderful Weirdos Day. Was that just thrown on there for Trump's campaign to appease him or something? Since they're so weird.
Oh, speaking of that, have you seen that? Okay, this is weird.
Oh,
On the subject, it was a couple days ago. They showed Vance in a swimming pool with a shirt on, and they're
right.
like going, "Why is he swimming with a t-shirt on?" And I said, probably to hide that swastika that he has, that
There you
tattoo.
go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I put that in there, and I was watching, I was on X today, and somebody was saying that I bet yeah he's got a swastika tattoo. I'm like, God damn it, that was mine.
They stole it.
But of course, I said, well, the rumor is,
Hmm.
because that's what you have to say. You have to say it's a rumor.
Yep.
Or I
or
heard,
or in my opinion, or
no, no, no,
allegedly.
no, 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 it's not your opinion.
You
You've
can.
heard it from somebody else. So you
Uh,
can't take blame. You're just repeating something. You got to learn how to talk to the Republicans.
hey,
Um, and
yeah, I do. I block them.
yeah, it's there was something else. What was it? I don't know. But yeah, it's that and the now that there's they're claiming somebody from Hades ate a duck that was at one of the parks in Ohio. And now they're going, oh, they're coming for your not they're coming for your jobs or your guns. Now they're coming for your pets.
I don't know. I ended up seeing something for the first time about that Argentinian gang or Venezuelan gang or something holding this apartment uh, uh
In Chicago,
hostage or
yeah, it's
something. And so I watched the whole debunking of all of that shit, and
yeah,
which was
yeah.
very thorough. And then right after, and I'd never heard about it until I saw the debunking. And then after that, I started hearing all the shit that the other people are saying about it. It's
Well,
just
yeah. Well, once that got
fucking
debunked,
crazy.
now they're on to pictures of Kamala Harris
Standing in a
with a with a platter in front of her and a cat's laying in the platter.
uh, I just
Oh,
I give up. I don't
oh,
know.
and the other one that's interesting is I heard one of the Democratic guy that was on the impeachment committee or the 9/11 committee with Cheney. Remember that they were
Okay.
only okay. He says he was on Bill Maher and he was saying that Donald Trump smells like a combination of BO and bad ass.
Okay. Adam Kinziger.
Yes, yes.
Yes. He was the one who, yeah.
I was like,
I'm
oh my
like,
god.
oh my God, that, ugh. Ugh. I mean, although it sounds like it would be true. Ugh. Anyway, I like Adam Kinziger, except for, everything he politically believes in. So, all right, well, today's birthdays. Happy birthday to Devin, Jimmy, Scott, Elise, or Elsie, actually. And upcoming birthdays, Ali, we have William Nell, Richard Wagner, who was, what did he do? He was known as Dr. Dick, the sex advice column. Yes. We have Daniel, Jason, who we were just talking about a little bit ago. We have Juan, Kirk, Andy Melton. If you see Andy Melton, yeah. And then we have Brill. I'm going to go with that. Nick, Big Guy Tom, Gary, Jerry, author Jerry Rabushka. We had him out here doing a little show years ago. And then we have Robert, who is the head founder of Being Gay Today with his then husband, Will. And we have Joel. Happy birthday, y'all. Hope you have a wonderful exiting of the birth canal. Oh, wait. No, you already had that. This is a celebration of it.
And there could have been C-sections in there, so you don't want to
That's true.
you you
I
don't
was
want to
a
assume.
C-section. I was a C-section and I was never breastfed, so I've just never been. I've never been to me. All right. Nothing in our feed bag, but we got some serious chub hugs to hand out this time. Yeah, how about you go first?
No, no, no.
Okay.
We have the same ones. You just go.
Okay. So first, we're starting out with big chub hugs out to our dear friend Clint, and his little Skeeter, the dog that he adopted less than a year ago, who was only about 2, 3 years old, probably about two, passed away very unexpectedly this weekend, and we are all pretty devastated about it. Um, So we want to send huge chub hugs out to him over it. And then also to one of our friends who is also lost his pup.
Yeah, Charlie lost his boy Dexter yesterday as well. But then it seems to be the summer of death.
Yeah, in fact, I was just thinking about it, and I wrote this down that this summer we lost Nephi's pup Trevor, we lost our friend Bethany, Lurie Dean's pup Jax, and BJ the cat, who I'll talk about later, but he did pass on last Thursday, had to be let go, and now Skeeter. And I know that our listeners have had losses and stuff in their lives as well this summer, and this is just a suck ass fucking summer. Just anyway, all right. Let's go ahead and jump into news. In Texas, 23-year-old father of five was sentenced to 23-year-old father of five. Geez, busy. Sentenced to 6 years in prison for severely beating his 2-year-old son because he thought the toddler was gay. He told the judge that his son preferred playing with Barbie dolls and kitchen sets to robots, cars, and soccer balls, so he punched him in the face. Well, there you go, Texas. In a bizarre rant, Donald Trump claimed that schools are performing surgery on students in order to get them to transition. Your kid goes to school and comes home, and a few days later, okay, the first thing is your kid goes to school and then comes home a few days later, and you don't notice that they're gone for that
Well,
long.
that remember, he sends the kids off to boarding school, so that's so when they come back a few days later, like maybe the weekend, all of a sudden he's got sex surgery that's happened, and now your son is now a girl.
Yeah, as many of the childs, and he said that many of these childs 15 years later say, what the hell happened? Who did this to me? It's incredible. So they go to school. You say, goodbye, Bobby. And then they come home and there's Cindy.
Yeah. Did you hear about his rant on childcare?
Yeah. If you can call it that. Oh my God. He made
well,
no fucking sense.
Childcare is really important, and in this country we really need it. And but I'm gonna be making so much money for this country. Yeah, this is like we're gonna have so much electricity, and we're gonna win so many times that we're gonna say, please, Mr. President, enough with the winning. We've won too much. Yeah, this is just another one of his goofy bullshit things that he thinks up on the cue there and just goes with it. And I love it. I wanted the woman who asked the question to go, huh?
Yeah.
What? Exactly. You've made no sense. Move on to the next question. He obviously doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yep.
I wish somebody would have the balls, like that. Remember the black journalist, the woman who just kept calling him. No, these are things you did. Oh, well, you're very nasty. You're a nasty one.
Yeah.
When he starts calling people nasty, he doesn't know what to do. So it makes it look like it's a personal attack on him, which it is.
He still but doesn't know how the fuck tariffs work.
Yeah, I know. It's sad.
It's like, it's so fucking basic. Even I understand it. Come on. Anyway, yeah, and there's more and more people, including people in his own family, that are coming out and being like, the man has Alzheimer's, the man has issues, and yet the news is still trying to make it seem like the stuff that he says is normal. Anyway, for years, scholars have revealed and partisans have covered up facts and feelings around Lincoln's sexual and emotional orientation. The answer to how gay was Lincoln is very. The new documentary, Lover of Men, The Untold History of Abraham Lincoln, is the latest assessment to address the 16th president's love life. And so there you go. there's long been rumors that he was either gay or bi. So, and this has more letters and evidence and stuff. So,
Well, and they say that what happened was he ended up with Mary Todd Lincoln because he needed, basically the beard in
yeah,
there, and knocked her up, or probably knocked her up. Somebody knocked her up, and that was, that was this. I mean, that's how men covered in the old days.
yeah.
That's
You
so.
got a wife and you had at least one kid, and then you called it good.
Yeah, and
But
then you
there was
spread around on the
also,
side.
yeah, but there was also a lot more kind of fluidity back then that we're led to believe there wasn't. We're led to believe that, oh no, there was, oh, it was horrible. Nobody talked about it, nobody did anything. And yet, those two crazy ants in the house, we all knew they weren't related. So, all right. Celebrity deaths, starting out with James Darren, who played Gidget. Oh, who starred in Gidget, didn't play her, but starred in it. And also Star Trek Deep Space Nine and T.J. Hooker died Monday. He was 88.
See, I remember him best for Time Tunnel.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he's one of those people that I didn't really kind of take note of, and until one day I'm just like, oh yeah, him. Moondoggy, right?
Probably. That's even
Yeah.
before me. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, and then Brazilian musician Sergio Mendes also died. He was 83. Uh, I don't know much. I don't really know his music, and yet so many people were really affected by its
Yeah,
passing.
he was responsible for the Brazil 66, which was just this, well, right in the middle of the 60s. He came out with like really new and exciting music when we had been living through the, going to the chapel,
Mm.
and he brought up this wild and what was considered wild music,
Hmm.
and but it was really big. Herb Alpert, I think, was the one that discovered him,
Oh,
or brought him to America or whatever. It's like with the Carpenters, Herb Alpert discovered the Carpenters, but
hmm. Okay.
and that was AMM Records, so he was AMM Records. So
Okay.
Herb Alpert was, so he was the A.
Oh, okay. I get that now. Okay. Huh. Trivia. Did not know that. Laurent Tirard, French director of Little Nicholas and Molière, dies at 57, very young. Will Jennings, Oscar winner for My Heart Will Go On and Up Where We Belong, died at 80.
Those are two big songs.
Yeah, like really big songs.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Oh God, what was I just? On the subject of Oscar winners, the guys who wrote La La Land
Mm,
and music to that, and then it was La La Land. They did whatchamacallit, Evan Hansen, and they just did the music for uh, 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 Murders in Our Building.
mm.
So
Oh yeah, yeah.
they just got an Emmy for that, which made them two new EGOTs.
That is very cool. I think I saw that. I think I saw one of them talking
Yeah,
about that. Yeah.
yeah, because City of Stars won them the Oscar, and then Evan Hansen the Tony, Evan Hansen the Grammy, and now Murders in Our Building the Emmy. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah. Very
But
cool.
it's always, I'll tell you, the reason the majority of them are songwriters
Hmm.
in that, because they can cross all four very easily.
Right. And where an actor is going to have more of a difficulty.
Well, especially with the Grammy, they have to do
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you froze.
our
There
comedy
you
album,
go.
I guess. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like Bob Newhart. Okay. So
exactly.
Tom wants to talk to you about.
Well, let's see. First, I mean, right away, we have to talk about The Bachelorette and what happened.
Okay.
Okay. So Jen ended up choosing Devin. He's the one that looked like Pete Davidson a little bit.
Oh.
He had that Pete Davidson look. And so uh, they got engaged,
Mhm.
and then uh, they, of course, after they finished with the filming, they go back to their regular lives,
Mhm.
engaged, and then within, I mean, before they could even get to the finale of the show, he had already broken up with her and was already moving in on other women. And so here she is on you can't keep it in your pants until we at least get to the end of the show, you know,
Yeah.
finish airing it. And so just, she's going, so you're just a big liar. Well, no, I had like doubts, and you didn't say anything to me about that. Really. You could have talked to me about that, because she sent Marcus home because he said he had doubts. And yet here's Devin, who's just wanted to win, because that's what they do, is they win the
Mm.
girl. And so yeah, I guess we'll probably be seeing Devin hitting the Bachelor in Paradise, hitting on the beach pig.
Well, from what I see here, there is a rumor that he is dating Maria.
Well, they no, he was DMing Maria. They as
Oh, well, that's good.
as far as I know, they weren't dating. But so Jen's all pissed off at Maria, and it's like, what? Because the guy you picked didn't want you, and now he's talking to me.
Yeah,
Don't get mad at me. I didn't date him. And this is these shows. Well, and anyway, on the show, she sat there and cried the last half hour.
Jen.
Yeah, it was very sad, and it was funny because everybody was there. I mean, all the Bachelor Nation was there, and
Yeah.
they're going, well, what made you want to come? Well, I heard there was something big tonight, so I wanted to make sure and be here for it, so I can get some airtime. Because
Oh,
I haven't been picking up enough new people on Instagram, so I need to get out there and get my name out there again, so people will. No, I mean, I care about Jen so much that I wanted to be here for her. Okay.
yeah.
So we'll be starting the Golden Bachelorette in a week, I think, 2 weeks. And Jesse, like I told you last week, will not be hosting. They're going to bring in some chick to do it. But then I wouldn't look at it as Jesse's, being punished. I just think he's got too much to do.
Yeah. Now, did they say who the Bachelorette was going to be? The Golden
They
Bachelorette.
they did, and it did not ring any bells. So you
Okay.
you can look that up while I'm talking about
Okay.
Big Brother. Big Brother this week. Quinn became HOH. Leah won the veto and takes down Angela. Crazy eyes. And it's like, why do they keep doing this? So Angela's down. So Quinn puts up Joseph, and so it's Joseph, Chemo, and Rabina. Rabina takes herself off the block in a contest. Joseph goes home. He was the pawn. And next week they start, whoever gets thrown out this week starts the jury house. So, and that's what I was saying last week. It's like, oh my God, then keep Angela until the third. She's the third one left, because that way nobody in the jury house has to deal with her shit. But she's now going, I really regret doing the whole crazy ice thing. I don't know what was happening to me. I was freaking out, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. When you get home, you'll have plenty of time since you don't have a job anymore. So yeah, that's where we are. Who won this week? It was oh God, I can't think of her name. But she ended up throwing up. She put Angela and Chemo up on the block. So once you get on the block one time, you're constantly being thrown back there.
Uh-huh.
It's a curse. Anyway, moving on. RuPaul's Drag Race, another week, another queen gone. It was still fun. Uh, let's see. On murders in our building.
Mm.
Jane Lynch, who was murdered, her ghost is now showing up and haunting Charles. So they're having conversations all the time, and it's actually really good. I'm glad that they didn't just kill her off and then we don't see her again, except maybe a flashback or something. Now she's actually there the whole time talking. It's kind of fun.
Mhm.
Um, let's see. We finished Blitherated on Netflix. It's about a elite team of undercover. They're not FBI. They're not CIA. They're something else. Who was trying to stop a bomb from a nuke going off in Las Vegas. The only problem is that they partied really hard the night before. They're all on Molly and mushrooms, and and now
Oh,
they've
okay.
now they've got
Yeah.
to try to save save Vegas. So it had its moments. It was pretty fun. I thought the ending was kind of the love interest thing, but otherwise we had fun with it. Just started a new show called English Teacher over on Hulu,
Yes, watching
and
that.
this is about a gay English teacher who's working somewhere in the Midwest, dealing with idiots, mostly parents, and the it's just the writing is spectacular.
Yes.
The acting is so much fun. They've characters, like the coach, who I thought was going to be like the character that I'm supposed to hate.
Yep.
Love him. He's so hilarious.
Yeah.
The principal, who used to be on Just Shoot Me. He was the
Yep.
photographer in Just Shoot Me. He's like on Big Mouth. The school the principal is this woman who's going to be retiring. So she goes, I don't care what you children do. I've got 45 days till I can drink the names of my grandchildren out of my mind. So and then he's kind of that way. I'm just doing what I can. I'm going to retire soon, and I don't care. But the characters are just hilarious, and
Yep.
I just can't. I can't. The writing is so crisp and smart and good.
Hmm.
Terrific show.
And the guy, the lead is the one is Jack's husband from Will and Grace, and Brian Alvarez, and he's done a whole bunch of stuff, but he did like a whole bunch of his own YouTube series and stuff like that. So people should know who he is.
Well, yeah, they're going to recognize him, but not know what he's from.
Right.
And the thing is, he's really been trying for a while to get out there, and
Hmm.
now he finally is. And
Yeah.
so I'm hoping this takes off. I want to see season after season. If they can keep up this
Mhm.
pace, this is Hulu's new bear.
Yeah, I've actually never really been a huge fan of his. I've appreciated his talent, but I haven't really cared for him. I love him in this. And I think you're right. I hope they keep backing this because this was good.
Yeah,
And it's the first thing that has made me excited to watch TV for at least a few months, like seriously.
true. Speaking of the bear, uh, Jamie Lee Curtis won best supporting actress or best actress in a guest role
Good.
for the episode called Fishes, which was their Christmas episode. And it's where she's having a meltdown, and then and it's all, the whole family's there, and she's trying to cook, and she's drinking and smoking, and she's like a ticking time bomb. At the end of the episode, she drives the car in through the front window and knocks down the Christmas tree. And then she just sits in the car laughing. And I thought, if anybody wins this over her, I'm gonna go down and kick some ass, because she was so spectacular in it, and I was so I love her because she's my age and she is having the the best time of her career is happening
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
She's got an Oscar last year and an Emmy this year. I'm so excited for her. Anyway,
And
I did.
you said when that episode came out, you said she needs to win for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Quiet Place day one,
Oh,
which
yes.
is on Paramount Plus right now.
Hmm.
And really good show.
Yeah.
I was it, actually I out of the three, I like this one the best
Same.
because the other two are so quiet all the time. It's just I know you can't make noises, but I mean, she's figuring out right away when they can make noise.
Uh-huh.
When there's thunder and lightning and there's
For water.
rain and
Yeah.
water sources, anything that makes a natural noise is fine. And they took them forever in the other shows.
Yeah.
And I love the cat. That was one great animal actor.
Yes.
Really, really good. He was,
Yep.
yeah,
And the cat made it.
yeah.
And
So, and
great.
did you notice he never meowed in the show?
No,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I never noticed that.
Because I kept thinking, oh, great, just what? Because every cat I've ever had is meow, meow, meow,
Uh-huh.
meow, and it's
Uh-huh.
like, phoonk. Yeah,
Well, and that's
okay,
why I couldn't, it's something like that. I couldn't, I'm like Kaya, our dog Kaya. She'd be the first one to give it away.
yeah.
First time she saw anything or saw any noise, bah, 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 bah. It's like, you're on your own, girl. No.
So we just
Yeah.
started another show on Apple TV right now, which is Time Bandits.
Mm-hmm.
It's a series, and it came out this year. I don't know when it came out this year, but it's basically a reboot of the movie, but it's a series, so it gives them a little more time to investigate the places that they're going to, and they have a very diverse cast, including the kind of the leader is Lisa Kudrow, and
Oh.
and as much as I hate her dry sense of humor,
Mhm.
she's really funny.
Yeah.
Um, so that's over on Apple TV. We're halfway through it. We're really just cranking it.
Mm.
Then Saturday night I saw Tony Rock over at the Punchline. Now this is Chris Rock's younger brother, and and the weird thing is we hadn't really heard his comedy, but we thought, well, let's see if it runs the family. This guy had the tightest show I've seen
Oh,
in a long time. Um, just he did probably an hour 10, and he did storytelling, he did jokes, he did audience working the audience, he did improv. When something would come up, all of a sudden he was going with, oh well, this and this, and it was consistently funny to the point of where at one point Sean goes, "Oh my God, I'm laughing so hard, nothing came out." Um, and it was just he was so good, and it was a really great show. So if Tony Rock comes to anybody's area, if you've got a comedy club, see him. He was fantastic. Started two new shows. Actually, they're old shows, but they're new to us. Lisbeth over on Paramount CBS. This is the girl from True Blood, Arlene. She played the head waitress that was always with the red hair. She's in Lisbeth, and what who she is she's a lawyer that is been hired by the New York Police Department to kind of watch to make sure that the police aren't making mistakes. She's kind of a what would you call that? Uh, Basically, she's like following around, going, "No, you can't do that. This is wrong. You've got to no, you have to read them their rights before you arrest them." That kind of just making sure all the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted, and but she's actually basically Columbo.
Mm.
So what happens is at the beginning of the show, we see who the killer is and who the person killed, and then she just comes in and when they're going, well, it looks like a suicide, she goes, well, I don't know that it would be a suicide because in the trash can in the bathroom, she whitened her teeth. Now, no one whitens their teeth before they kill themselves. There's just no reason for that. And I couldn't find her diaphragm anywhere. So she may be wearing it. Maybe somebody was coming over to see her. And they're like, huh? Uh, okay. And then they assign this woman cop to follow her around to make sure she's not doing anything wrong. And it looks like they're going to turn into a very funny team. So we just saw the first episode. Second season is getting ready to start this month on CBS.
And what is it called?
It's called Lisbeth, ELS Beth. So it's Elizabeth, but without the I.
Okay.
Lisbeth. So really fun show. I think you'd really like it. And then we started one called Your Honor, which is with God damn it! Bryan Cranston. He plays a judge whose son kills a basically crime boss's son by accident in a car accident, but he leaves the scene and leaves the kid there to die. And now Bryan Cranston's got to cover up what his son did. And you know, so that's a little more on the drama side. But what was really interesting was when I was looking at this, I was looking at Lisbeth, and then I noticed that the people who were the creator and the writers were the same people who did Evil.
Mm.
And then as I looked on, they also did Your Honor. So
wow.
they did The Good Fight and The Good Wife. So these people are gold at Paramount. I don't know why Evil didn't take off for them, but I'm very excited now knowing that they're basically the ones that are going to be working these shows. So very happy. And both those are at Paramount as well. So Paramount Plus or CBS. Well, Lisbeth on CBS, Your Honor is just on Paramount Plus now.
Okay.
And otherwise, I think that's it for me.
Okay. How about RuPaul's Global Drag Race?
We already talked about it.
Okay. All right. Well, a couple of quick things. I did look up the new Bachelorette. Her name is, or Golden Bachelorette. Her name is Joan. And I looked at all the contestants, and there's a few contestants there that I would happily take if she doesn't want them. Of course, that's based on looks only. I don't know. And then I wanted to throw out, I watched a little more Brad Williams. Brad Williams is, for anyone that doesn't know, is a little person comic. And he, to me, is one of the best comics out there right now.
He's good.
Funny as fuck. And when he tells that story about humping John Stamos's leg, have you seen that?
I haven't seen that one. No.
Okay, so basically, when Bob Saget's still alive, he and Brad were friends, and he went into Brad's dressing room and he said, "John Stamos is here, and I want you to come in there. And by the way, he is petrified of little people. He has that phobia." So Brad says, "I knew what I must do." So as soon as they went back in there, Brad ran in there and grabbed his leg and started basically hate fucking it, humping it. And he said, John Stamos screams like a bitch. And it's just, he is so good. So if you can check him out on YouTube, I think he's on Netflix, I think. Anyway, go find him. And if he's coming to locally to you, go see him. He's worth it. Okay, so for me, I guess what I finished. I finished Star Wars Acolyte. Yes, turns out I only had one more episode to go, thankfully. And let's say that not even the back of Yoda's head at the very end of it saved the show. But actually, once again, here's a series where the last episode was actually not bad. And that's really sad. And I think if they had actually shown this instead of cutting it up into time fragments, if they had shown this in a more linear way, it actually would have aired better. And then, of course, at the end, you find out that the guy that's supposed to be kind of the hero of the show turns out to have been not necessarily the hero of the show and very flawed. And well, there you go. That sucked.
And it was canceled. So
Yeah. So bye bye. Um, and I do want to say though that I don't think the problem with the show was the cast, because some people are going on about, oh, it's too women heavy, or oh, there was too much diversity. Fuck that. There was nothing wrong with the cast. It was definitely storytelling. So,
yeah.
um, I watched, what else did I watch? I watched The Ice Pirates, which is 1980 something, two, three, somewhere in there. Stars Robert Urich and a whole bunch of other people um, that were really popular during that time. And also, just give me a shot. It stars Angelica Houston in a side part. Very crazy, so not like her films. It has Ron Perlman in it. Just who is the other big one? Anyway, yeah, just a whole bunch of really cool people. Oh, Bruce Valanche. He was another one that was in it too. Anyway, absolutely crazy space adventure. Very fun. Robert, you're shirtless a lot. I enjoyed that part, and it's absolutely crazy. But we're going to be talking about that in more detail coming up in actually just a few days when I take over as the season's guest host, co-host on Matinee Minutia. So it is the Road Tour edition. Mr. Toppy Smelly is stepping aside for a season, and DJ and I will be working on that together. So go over and check that out in a few days. The Ice Pirates, and if you can see it for free, see it for free. Don't necessarily pay for it unless you just really have a lot of money. I also got a chance to watch Twisters. Now you'd already seen this one. Did you see that in the theater or at home?
Theater. It's not
Theater.
available at home.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh, you bought
I
it?
thought it was on like Paramount or something.
No. You may be able to rent it
Okay.
or buy it, but I can't believe you spent $25 to buy it.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen. But I did get a chance to see it.
Oh,
And
okay. That sounds.
I swear it was free on something.
Yes,
Anyway,
yeah. It's
um,
free on your computer.
anyway, if you're not bitter now, it was fun. It was just a really good, just sit and watch action film. There was nothing super outstanding about it, and yet at the same time, there was nothing bad about it either. It was just one of those good, oh, that was fun movies. So there you go. What I've been watching more Doctor Who, of course. I am slugging through trying to get to the end of this. There's only a few more seasons of it. I'm currently on the Doctor Who with Tom Baker, and boy, is this just shit. I don't know how it lasted much past this. The stories are convoluted. Obviously, the costumes and stuff like that, who cares? It was the early 80s. Sometimes the costumes and cheesy sets and stuff are just fun. So that's totally forgivable. But the actual stories themselves are just ugh. And I'm just not liking Tom Baker very much. Um, and then I started watching just today something called The Secret Lives of Mormon Housewives. Have you heard of this one?
No.
Okay, well, it's on Disney slash Hulu, if you would like to check it out. I'm
No.
not sure it's necessarily up your alley, except I know that you like the crazy reality shows with crazy people doing crazy things.
Yeah, but I don't like the Housewives.
This is, of course, I don't. This is not a Housewives series. It's just kind of based off of it.
Well, I know because
Um,
it would be on NBC
yeah,
Bravo if it was.
exactly. So this is actually much better quality, but I was just interested because, Mormon. So I wanted to see what was up. Lots of cute guys. They all seem gay to me. And well, the girl scandal is scandaloso. So um, I'm only on episode one. I'll check out a few more episodes and see if it sticks. And I also want to give Nephi just a little bit of a shout out. His the big storm is really seeming like it's gonna come together and hit the whole Gulf area of Texas.
Again?
Yeah, yeah. It went from just being kind of like a kind of tropical storm type thing, and then uh, yeah, it looks like it may really Francine just kind of so anyway, just everybody down in that area, please be safe, and we're thinking of you. All right. Well, next up, it's time for some advice. Are you ready for some advice?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Hey, my neighbor's son died on Christmas Day, unfortunately. His car has been parked in one of our parking spots ever since. My neighbor wants to give it away to someone, but will not take action. My husband and I, along with some of our other neighbors, friends, and our common landlord, have all asked for the car be moved, but she has not acted. Should I call the police anonymously?
Um, yeah.
No. Nope. So this was a letter to Miss Manners, and here's what Miss Manners had to say. How can you even think of adding to your uh, bereaved neighbor's suffering by calling the police on her? Miss Manners cannot imagine. When someone has known a tragedy, kind people try to figure out how they can help. In this case, it is obvious and will even get you back your parking space. You should ask the neighbor if there is a particular person or charity she would like to have the car, she would like to give the car to, or whether she wants to sell it, assuring her that you and the neighbors are concerned and will handle it. And if she is not ready to let it go, you can offer to move it to a nearby legal parking spot. And then ask if there's anything else you can do to help her with.
I think I bet you they already have. And she's ignoring it because she said, we've all, tried to work with her on this and still nothing. So, when is enough? I mean, when can we go in and do something? That's what my question would be is how long do you have to wait? What's the bereavement period? Is it forever? Because that car is going to sit out there until it rots. The tires, rot, and it's now just laying on the cement. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen.
Hmm.
I know
Well,
you.
it's not in the question, so I'm not considering it.
Okay.
Only put it on the evidence that is there.
Oh no,
But
I just got
but
news.
I
Breaking news.
uh-oh, what?
James Earl Jones dead at 93 years old.
Oh, oh, it's so sad.
He had a great career though,
I know. I mean, he was the voice of CNN.
and Darth Vader.
Not to mention that. And he was just amazing no matter what the fuck he was in. So that's really sad.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Continue
No,
on.
no, that is breaking news worthy of
Yeah.
interrupting me. But yeah, no, I was saying I'm taking it only on what's in the letter, but I wouldn't be surprised if you were right with that.
Well, it's because in the thing it did say, even with the landlord and the neighbors and myself have, asked, what
Well,
we
and
could
this probably,
do.
yeah, and this probably came out in late August, and it happened on Christmas. So I mean, it has been what I would consider a respectable amount of time, but calling the police about it is just
It's
not
not
the right
quite the
way to go.
it's I know, but it's not really the way it sounds. It's not like they're going to arrest her. It's they're going to say you need to move your car, and that's going to be the end of it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I still think that Miss Manners is more right in that hopefully it would salvage any friendship or neighborship or whatever rather than being that harsh. Anyway, all right. Hey Chubbs, we got 4 questions here, so brace yourself. Hey Chubbs, Nephi wants to know, does Tom ever regret packing it in after his time in LA?
Uh, Honestly, not at this point. I mean, I think there may have been a time where I was no, no. When I left because it was time. It really was. Um, it, Unfortunately, if I had been there maybe 10 years later, things would have been different. But and especially now with all, I mean, I was talking to Brian about this. I said, can you imagine if you actually had to watch everything that comes out? I mean, with all the different sources, all the different channels, all the different streaming things, it would be insane. Try,
Yeah.
but for actors, they're out there, there's stuff. Because I remember when I was there, you could during the they cast for movies all year round, but there weren't that many movies being made.
Hmm.
um Television, you had the pilot season, and maybe you could get a feature on, like a episode of something, but usually you had to have a name to do that.
Hmm.
um and then there were commercials, and I did pretty well with the commercial aspect of it, but I wanted to act. I wanted to be in something, and I was in a few things, as we know, but there was just so little. And 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 then if you're not getting the work, you're just paying for new pictures and resumes at that point. And going to classes that and having to work another job because your acting certainly isn't paying for anything. So all you really are is you're paying for a bunch of acting classes and acting stuff that's not getting you particularly anywhere. And you have but then you're in a place where you can get pizza at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I got to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I really can't get pizza at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
So I can do that and pay less in Sacramento. And then it worked out well because I wrote some terrific plays, and yeah, and being gay today, I did it kind of a hometown way, but I did okay, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Sorry, that
No,
was a little long-winded, but yeah.
that's true. Yeah. Um, hey Chubbs, Timothy wants to know, do you think gay people are more or less judgmental within our own community, even though they hate being judged by people outside of it?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, just Bros is a perfect example.
Hmm.
Funny show, really well made. Plays right to the audience, and they were like, "Oh, oh, it's just I'm tired of us being looked at like that." It's like, okay, then what? They don't support shit. The
Yeah.
community doesn't support shit, and yeah, no, they're they're all bitches, is what it comes down to.
Yep. I know how many great shows have we or movies have we, you know, gone through that turned out to be canceled or whatever else because people just shit on him, and it's usually the gays
Oh yeah.
shitting on their own.
It's the black community will go out and see stuff
Black
for
Panther and
well, but
yeah.
that they will go out and see themselves represented on this big screen or on TV.
Mm-hmm.
They long for that. We say we long for that, but as soon as something comes out, we pick it apart and shit on it.
Right.
So yeah, no, I have no.
Yeah.
Everybody's dying to get some bit of representation out on the screen. I mean, even with One Day at a Time, the new version when it came out,
Mm-hmm.
where they had, it was a Hispanic family, and you know well, they didn't like it either. So yeah, I don't know. That's why the television and movies, everything's based around heterosexual white people because they'll go see a movie. I guess
Right.
I don't know. I
Well,
don't know.
yeah, but
It's so
I'm just so
angry.
tired of and you can tell me the same damn story, but tell it from a black perspective or a Hispanic perspective or a gay perspective. And I will be more interested in watching that because I haven't seen that yet. I've
Yeah,
seen the same fucking seven stories from white people since I was a kid.
yeah.
Show me something new, make it good, and I will be there.
Jordan Peele. They
Mhm.
asked him how come I can't remember which one of his movies. Why didn't you make it about a white guy? And he goes, because I've already seen that movie.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's just yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Hey Chubbs, Timothy wants to know the Tin Man needed a heart, the Scarecrow needed a brain, and the Lion courage. What would you ask the Wizard of Oz for? Security.
Patience.
It's a good one. Yeah. Hey Chubbs, Timothy wants to know what is the best theme park ride you've ever been on, and what is the scariest?
Well, for me, I don't I don't really like theme park rides. I did when I was younger,
Hmm.
when I didn't feel afterwards like I was a bag of like eggs that had been thrown around. Uh, I mean, I was always a big Disneyland fan, so probably one that never hurt was the Haunted Mansion. That was an
Hmm.
easy one because I've gone on and the scariest one for me was the Matterhorn, because the lights are off and I can't see anything, and I feel like I sit kind of tall because I've got my big butt, and I'm a little bit long waisted, so I sit taller than most people, and I can feel things rushing past my head, and I'm thinking I'm going to get decapitated because I'm too tall. I know it's never happened before, but it's going to happen now, and I was terrified.
Yeah, that's what was the ride? Space Mountain. That was the ride that concerned me because I could literally feel stuff like rushing by my head, and being fat, I sat up higher in the thing. So I was actually kind of ducking down and holding on for dear life. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't like dark rides. They're because I don't know where I'm at or what's happening. It just blindfold me if you don't want me to see anything.
Right. Yeah. And yeah. The my favorite ride was the zipper. And that when I was like 12 or so, 13, I don't know. But it's the one with the cars that you get in, you sit and they lock, and then they spin around and around, and yet and at the same time they're going around in the oblong circle, and then you go way over the top and you feel like you're falling. And I was scared shitless when I first went on it. And within the first time that it spun around, I was laughing and I wanted to go on it again and again and again. But the girl that I was with did not. So I only got to do it once, I think, but I fucking loved that ride. Um, and the scariest one that I've been on, uh, Honestly, it was the Ferris wheel. Ferris wheels freak me the fuck out. And I was on the little one, like the one where if you fell off it, you I mean you might break something, but you're not gonna die or something unless you land weird. But the girl I was with kept shaking the thing, and I was freaking out, just freaking out about it. So yeah, I don't like Ferris wheels, but get me in a cage and spin me around and I'm there. And I love the tilt-a-whirl. So many people hate the tilt-a-whirl, not me. I fucking love that ride. Okay. Well, what's in your lunchbox? Mr. Moose wrote in, as he tends to do, and he said, here's all the stuff that's in my giant box. Starting with his hubby had a bowl of yogurt and loved it. Look at that. Where's the yogurt in that?
It's
That is
underneath.
like that is like a kit. He just took all the fruits and vegetables, well, fruits out of the kitchen and put it in the bowl. I
and
loved
then
it.
and then it's granola on top of
Yeah,
the yogurt. Yeah.
yeah. I love that. If you gave me that bowl of yogurt, I'd totally be into it too. Although the black blueberry stuff, maybe not so much, but the rest of it, yay, yum. Let's see. Banana bread and bacon for breakfast, both good. That sounds like such a great combination.
But look at that bacon.
Oh, I know. Isn't that like awesome?
It's so thick.
Oh, well, it's Mr. Moose. He's got thick bacon. We get for $5 for what's supposed to be a pound of bacon, and I don't think it really is anymore. We get a thing of bacon at to Winco, and it is the thinnest, tiniest stuff now, and it's not what I'm used to getting. I'm used to getting a pound of bacon, and this is some bacon. So yeah,
Well, you
uh,
might also check. It's probably 12 ounces
probably, honestly, yeah, probably.
because I've noticed that they've been doing that. They're charging the same price that it used to be, but there's less. But
Yep.
if you don't read that, you don't realize it's less. And they'll chop it up even thinner to make it look like it's as much as it used to be.
Yes. I just saw a video of a guy who did chicken fried bacon. I don't know, egg and the whole outer stuff on strips of bacon and then fried it and then ate it with some ranch. It looks so good. Oh my gosh, it looked great. Okay, let's see. Next up, carrot cake again, super moist. You're lucky because I had a piece of carrot cake last night that was dry as fuck. Oh, and it was from Carlo's Bakery, by the way. The way they ship it in individual slices.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Cake Boss, that's his franchise. They now send pieces of cake and cakes and stuff out around the country now.
How much is it like a slice of cake?
Was like three something. And if it's Carlo's Bakery and you're paying almost $4 for a slice of cake, it better blow you anyway.
How much did it cost to ship it?
Oh, I got it. You can get it at Walmart. So it
Oh,
didn't
oh,
cost me anything with membership.
oh, okay. I thought you had it was online.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I ordered from Walmart online, but that's a different story. Anyway, okay, hubby had meatloaf that he said was good. Um, let's see, wait a minute. Where is that meatloaf picture?
It's right there.
Okay. I'm sorry. That looks good.
Yeah, it
I
looks
mean
really good.
that is a well prepared, beautiful plate of food.
I think I would have put the meatloaf the other direction,
Hmm. Okay.
just because see how it kind of slopped up on the side there, and I
Yeah.
think you would avoid that. But then maybe that's because they were trying to go away from the angle of the green beans,
Mm,
so everything wasn't all like going in one direction. The
right.
presentation
Yeah.
is really weird. It's really weird with these with chefs, but you can. I mean, it's gorgeous. Just I mean, the green beans they have the slight char on them, and then you've got the what looks to be actually. I'm wondering if that's like a coffee gravy or blood gravy, just
Mm,
because the coloring and those mashed potatoes are filled with so much butter and I'm
yes,
thinking probably garlic.
I love buttered garlic mashed
Yeah,
potatoes.
that looks really good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I moved on to the next picture.
Okay. Then we got walked to Little Italy, baked ziti for lunch, house and made pasta, marinara, Italian sausage and cheese. So good. I gotta look. Yep, that looks wonderful. I'm sorry, it does. It's just that's brilliant. And
I
almost as go ahead.
well, it's weird. Pasta's hit and miss with me. So, I mean, it looks good, and I'll trust that it was because
Hmm.
I see a lot of the. I really like that it's herb forward, which helps.
Hmm.
I do like a little more saucy,
Yes.
just to be a little more saucy and less cheesy. But that's me. But yeah, I just I got off pasta for a long time because the marinara gave me heartburn. Now it doesn't give me heartburn anymore,
That's good.
but I'm kind of hesitant on pasta.
Yeah, my mom actually finally told me like a couple of years ago, I don't like pasta. Now, meanwhile, this is after years of making her like macaroni cheese and spaghetti and all this stuff. She's just like, you know what? I don't like pasta and I don't like tomato-based sauces. And I'm like, okay, well, there goes half what I cook. Sure,
Yeah, yeah,
great.
that's exactly what happened with me.
But I'm okay with that. But yeah, I do like more sauce than that, but I don't mind the big cheese. I love cheese on pasta. But yeah, I like it to be sauce. I don't like just bare pasta. Um, Actually, one of the things that I do when I make pasta sometimes is I will actually take some butter and just coat it all with some butter just to make it have that extra little flavor. I know, so impure. And finally, chicken pot pie and salad. Pie really rich and creamy.
Yeah, this is such a it looks. I mean, first of all, it looks beautiful.
It does.
Um, but it's really easy to do because all you need is just your chicken,
Mm-hmm.
some cream of chicken soup, a bag of those mixed vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
You heat it all together. You pour it into a bowl. You get a puff pastry
Yeah.
and you measure out the size. You can either cook it in the bowl, the pastry, or you can cook it. You cut out your circle. You bake the circle. You put your stuff in the bowl and put the puff pastry over the top of it, and it's gorgeous. But it's actually very simple. You can do the same thing with like any kind of creamy like a clam chowder or something, corn chowder. You can do all that, and then you got the pastry to eat, and it's delightful and delicious and crunchy, and it goes into the sauce. Oh, I'm gonna have to make that.
No, yeah. I mean, the salad, it's salad,
Yeah, I mean that's
but
fine, but you want the salad
that
to.
crust is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I love crust. I pie crust and uh, pie crust type thing. I will take the pie crust off of a pot pie to have it for last because I like it so much. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Moose. And if anybody wants to send in hey Chubbs questions, advice questions, lunchbox questions, or just comment on any of this, all you have to do is send us a little email, a little love note at chubsgunwild@gmail.com. And remember that Golden Rule Services want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. PrEP is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. To learn more about PrEP, visit sacgrs.org and find Tom's other podcast at swannerandjudd.com. Find my other books at justkisstheguy.com. And don't forget to go check me out on Matinee Minutia. And don't forget that you can find all of our links at allmylinks.com/chubsgonewild. And give us a call at
408-69 Chubs.
Yes, Queen. We did it. We found it. We got through another show. Yay. And don't forget that we have a special show coming up. It's episode 560. Can you believe it?
Why?
560.
Yeah.
That's like a milestone show.
No. 550. I'll give you 550, 500, 560. What is it going to be? 570. Oh my God.
Oh my God, that's a big one. 575 is like a centennial type thing too. I mean, we're knocking it out of the park. And just think when we get to 600, I mean, that's almost our combined weight. All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
thanks so much for joining us, and we will get you next time. Bye.
Bye.
A network of inclusion.
UnivazPods.net.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network.
This has been a For Fuck's Sake production.